thing like I used to before I was a comic.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so I'm trying to like make a habit of like playing before I go to the gym, stuff like that.
You don't want to play at the gym?
That's been brought to my attention before. Like in between sets, I should just start serenading people while they lift weights and squats and stuff.
Yeah, because you do sets of both types.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to piss off one of those buff guys. You might wind up in a dumpster.
I don't know. Some guys like to work out with their girlfriends. They're gonna be like, "Hey, man, can you stop staring at my girl's ass while you play guitar?"
You want to play a little, and then I'll do your intro after you do a little?
Sure. I mean, I'm just fiddling around. I'm not really like playing anything.
Okay. Well, I'll do the intro if you don't want to do it yet. You
Yeah,
tell
go
me.
ahead. Let's do that intro. Let's get them going.
Let's do the intro. You guys, welcome to Comic Spot. We were here originally so that we could bring you legends, and we got one of them here for you. He has been around. This guy he's gone around the country. He's been to Hawaii. I don't know if he's been to Europe with his comedy. Have you?
No, that's definitely on the bucket list.
Awesome. Well, a miracle is here. Amir Kalil, a miracle is his stage name. He is a singer, songwriter, stand-up comedian, serenader, actor, something YT, and I don't know what YT is. So I'm not very woke. So you're gonna love him. If you have ever been in a silver Jetta in Los Angeles, and now he knows where I got this information, he was probably your Uber driver, telling jokes from the wheel. Yep. He's been traveling with Craig Robinson. He gives props to Jay Hollingsworth, Greg Dean, Craig Robinson, and his parents. OMG, I looked it up, and he's my friend. He's my neighbor, and I love him, and you will too. Let's get to re-know him. He's been on here before. Let's see what he's up to. A miracle. Yay! Hi.
Hey, yeah, baby. Hey, Linda, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me on your Zoom show.
You're welcome. Thanks for validating that I have any kind of clout. Any kind. I'll take any kind. Wow, it's so great to see you. You live close to me and I rarely see you. What's going on?
I know. I could hear you through my brick walls.
At night.
Yeah, we're super close.
Yes, so close. We share cockroaches.
I know, isn't that right? We can name them and spray paint them and then send them to each other's houses.
Little notes. Where are you performing? I'll be at Notoriety.
I know, right?
Who needs a tin cans and a string? We've got cockroaches.
Oh yeah, when I first moved in here, it was a problem, and I just spent nothing but my time on just exterminating the hell out of this place.
Me too.
But, that's what you get that's what you pay for.
I know.
When you get like cheap rent in Vegas.
Yes. And I knew it's important to plug up holes. I just didn't know they meant these kind. Am I right?
I know you're always plugging up them holes. Just never the right ones, Linda.
How come is it every time an old lady talks, she just sounds racist no matter what she says? What's up with that?
I don't know. When you brought up holes, I was like, wow, this KKK racist lady is just being all racist and sexual at the same time.
It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it, right?
Well, thank God it's you. Anybody else, it just wouldn't be right.
Yes. Well, refresh my memory since I don't have one. And tell me, how did you grow up? How did you get this tall, this funny? What happened in your life to make you funny?
Oh, good question. I mean, I had a pretty I guess my childhood was a little different. You know, I grew up in the suburbs, around a lot of white people, and I guess my neighborhood was a little dangerous because if you wore the wrong colors, you could get in trouble with like a rival Catholic school or something in the streets. You know, it was crazy. Oh shit! And then I guess I developed a complex because uh, I wasn't considered a good-looking kid in my neighborhood. Like white girls just were. I was not their type, and I got bullied and ridiculed. And then, but in the black neighborhood, when I go visit my black side of the family, I was cute to black girls. I was like, okay, I'm confused. So, but growing up around white people, I thought I saw this kid playing guitar, and he was like the ugliest kid in our class. But like he had all the girls just like, oh, and I was like, I want to be like that. I had a keyboard in my hands. I threw that thing. I was like, get the hell up out of here. This ain't getting no play. So I started learning guitar and I caught on pretty quickly. And I took lessons and I practiced religiously. And I pretty much spent my free time learning guitar just so I could get girls to like me. And then I got good. And then I don't know. I guess I have serenaded and swooned many a women over the years with this guitar, and now I do it on stage.
Yes.
So girls will buy drinks and buy my merch. Oh wait, yeah. Speaking of which, I have a shirt that says "Oh yeah."
I want to buy one of those.
I was thinking about printing some up because I want to be able to sell them in person. Right now, I'm only selling them online in my Teespring shop, and the link is in my social medias.
Okay, Teespring. We'll have to put that on your post so people go there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's do that for him. So you grew up and you, at one point you said, I'm going to go on stage and try it for my first time. If it doesn't work, I'm done with women. And you decided to stay with it. So what was that first time like for you? Because I know you probably told me and I forgot.
Oh man, I've had a couple first times. Like when I was 12, that was when I wanted to show off my guitar skills at a talent show. And I was like, oh, I know how to play some Jimi Hendrix, you know? And like I was just like, all right, I'm gonna play Purple Haze and Hey Joe in front of my school. And I didn't realize how nervous I was going to be until I got on stage, and I had the worst stage fright. My hands were shaking, they were sweating, and I was getting ready to play. And I had a buddy, the ugly kid. He was going to be my co-guitar player, and I was going to sing it and play it. But I guess I didn't tell anybody I was going to sing, and they didn't have a microphone for me. So I was just like, oh man, we're loud. I better like really amplify my voice. So I started screaming the lyrics to Hey Joe. I'm like, Hey Joe! And then the class just started erupting in laughter because they thought it was like the funniest thing they ever seen. And like inside, I was just like crying and I was embarrassed that I was being laughed at, you know, like I didn't realize I was creating comedy in that moment, but I was really embarrassed when I was done with that whole performance because I was just like shaking the whole time. Anyway, that kind of birthed me wanting to just accepting that maybe I was a funny kid, and I just started being a class clown from there, you know.
Did you ever get in trouble for being a class clown?
Oh yeah.
That's the rite of passage.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been sentenced to detention. Had the teachers called on me. I was a big fan of I Love Lucy. And I walked into the classroom. I was like, honey, I'm home. You know, I interrupted the whole class like that. And the teacher was like, what the fuck? Go to the principal's office. And that was like one of the first moments I got in trouble. I used to write on the chalkboard before class. I would write my name just like a tagger. I would be like, Amir the Great. And I just thought I just got a kick out of it, you know. Nobody else believed it. I was like, Amir the Great. And then the teacher I would always wait. I would get a kick out of the teacher just going up there and be like, and just erase it off the. Sometimes they wouldn't erase it. Sometimes I would write it like small enough in the corner, and they would just let it sit there, and I'd be like, I feel like I won if I wrote it just in the corner.
We used to do this thing in the 50s in other people's yearbooks where we'd say only monkeys look in corners, and then people wouldn't see it, and if they did see it, that meant they were a monkey. Weren't we smart? You wonder why you can't stand boomers. Now you know.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a keeper, huh?
Yeah,
So,
I guess there was no Black people in your class. That's great.
I had 4,000 students in my high school. Guess how many were Black?
0.
1.
So close.
Yeah. Her older brother went on to the NFL, to the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, so you had a football player star in your school.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. How many white girls did he sleep with?
Didn't count. I don't know. I'm bad at math. I can't count that high.
Oh, you could have been with a football player, Linda.
I'm still working on him, you know, he's still around.
Oh, okay. We'll invite him to your show.
Yeah, I have. He comes to Vegas often, so we'll see. Tell me about getting on to this Shoutout LA. That was cool, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I guess that was pretty cool. I got asked to be interviewed for a magazine. I guess it's an online magazine, and they send you questions. I answered them, and that was pretty much it. You know? So I mean, that was nice. I don't know. I mean, I'm open to like self-publication promotion.
Yeah.
And they gave me that. So yeah, thank you. Shout out to LA.
Yes, shout out to Shoutout LA. What are some of the high points in your career?
Working with Craig Robinson.
Yeah, man. What was that like? Tell people. They need to know this.
Oh, well, I don't want to put out all our business online, but when you get a chance to open up for a A-list celebrity as big as Craig Robinson, my main concern was not fucking it up. You know, it's like, all right, let me make sure I don't get drunk while I'm hanging out with him. You know, let me make sure like I don't say something stupid. And he's like, and then also I just wanted to make sure like he was, you know, comfortable. Like I was just like there to like, you know, if he needed anything, I was like, yeah, let me get it for you. I was like let me just be as helpful as possible, you know, and then, you know, we would tell jokes to each other. And then after the shows, we would hang out and eat and have some drinks and talk shit. And it was all good, man. He's like a lot of fun to hang out with. And I brought some of my female cousins to hang out with us in Columbus, Ohio. And I think they really hit it off. You know, I know my cousins had a big crush on him, and he just loves to flirt. But you know, Craig is a gentleman, so of course nothing happened. But you know, it was a real like treat to see like him get along with my cousins and my family like that, you know.
Oh, that's so cool. Because sometimes A-list celebrities can be dicks.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I haven't had anybody be like a real mean person or a dick to me, but I know when I meet a celebrity, like to keep it short. Like I'm like, hey, nice to meet you, bye. You know, like I know they're not there to just mingle with people that they're not looking to mingle with. So, and I'm not trying to kiss ass. So, you know, like I got to meet some great people when I was on that trip. I got to meet Dave Chappelle. I got to meet.
Whoa. What was that like? Oh my gosh.
Oh, it was like being inside of the TV and watching yourself in the TV like, whoa, I can't, this is weird. I'm talking to people I looked at and following. It's a little surreal to like to see like the people that you've been looking up to and watching for like 20 years. And then now you're shaking hands and I'm just like, oh, it's a real honor to meet you, Mr. Chappelle. And he's like, call me Dave, you know, and then that was it. We just kept it really short. We shook hands, you know, and then he was really good friends with the whole entourage I was with, Craig and Lewis and all these people. And so, and then I'm just hanging out in the after party and I'm watching, these guys, get their drink on and grabbing the mic and telling stories and, Dave's just being funny, doing his thing off and on in between the songs. I'm just like, wow, like, especially with like all the people that were so famous in the room, I'm just like, oh, I better stay sober for this so I can remember.
So did Dave hear some of your songs?
No.
Oh man.
No, I didn't get to perform.
Oh
We
man.
went there to get Craig on the show. And so Craig closed out one of the shows at Dave Chappelle's ranch that he has. And he has like this huge compound where everybody's outside just watching him perform. And so he invites all his friends to come do some time and they show up. Lunel was there, Dane Cook, Michael Che, Estelle, the singer, was there. Urkel, Jaleel Light, Punky Brewster, like all these like
Punky Brewster?
Yeah. Yeah, she was there. And they're just hanging out on stage and at the after party. And I'm just, like,
Oh my gosh. So that was a real high point. What are some other high points in your life, comedy life?
Oh, wow. Well, that was definitely probably the biggest. Another high point was moving here to Las Vegas. I was really excited to do that. I wasn't sure how to break up with my girlfriend, so I just moved here instead. Hey, I just moved. Bye.
So much better than ghosting her.
Yeah, I don't want to do that to anybody. No, we're still very, very good friends, and but like being in Vegas has shown me that I can start over in a new city and still enjoy doing stand up and do pretty well. So
yeah, I'll say you're doing very well. You're all over the place. So you went to Hawaii with Craig Robinson and his entourage, right? No?
No, well, I did go to Hawaii, but I didn't go with Craig. It was just I was the headliner, so I got to go do their one show because the booker is like a really good friend of mine. Shout out Chino LaForge and Trish the Dish. Like they put on a great show over at the Maui Playground, and so I was just out. I went out there early just so I could just hang out and be in Hawaii and let all these people know. And I really wanted to meet the people. And I met this one girl. She was beautiful. She was an island girl. And I was like, wow, you're so beautiful. How are you single? And she says that she's single because every time she would smoke meth, I was like, wait, what? She said every time she smoked meth, her boyfriend would judge her. Oh my, what a dick.
So you swooped in and picked her up.
I was like, yeah, we should hang out. You can smoke all the meth you want around me, pretty meth head lady.
Did she have all her teeth?
Yeah, which was kind of disappointing. I would have thought less teeth, the better,
What's your favorite thing to do when you're not on stage? Besides talk to me.
Well, now that I live in Vegas, I like to play craps at one of the casinos out here with the guys too. I love hanging out with the guys to play craps. I don't do that often because I'm not really much of a gambler, but I'm trying to embrace that part of Vegas. Get a little gambling. I love going to the gym. I like lifting weights and staying slim. And I like playing my guitar. And I'm usually at comedy venues, comedy shows, or even open mics. So I spend most of my time around comics. I wish I had more of a social life and like real friends. But I'm just friends with a lot of funny people out here.
When you've been at the gym, have you ever had to lower yourself to have a female spotter?
You know, I've never lowered myself that low. You know, if I can't lift it, I'm not gonna have some female help me out, and you know, that's too much of a distraction, I guess. And,
Oh my
I
God.
guess and plus, you know, the eye candy at Planet Fitness is not exactly the, you know, the best of the best. Let's put it like that.
I went to sign up at 24-hour fitness, and we got to the part of the contract where they wanted to know if I wanted a real key to get in, if I came in during the middle of the night, or if I wanted one of these keys. And I said, I have lost so many keys in 70 years, but I still have all my fingers. So let's do this. So we tried. We went up, down to make, you know, the whole process work, and it kept hanging up. And those were the only repetitions I got that day. That's what I'm saying.
And now you got some strong ass fingers now, huh?
These are the strongest muscles in my body.
Oh, watch out, fellas. She's got a couple of claws on her. She gonna get you.
You come here. You better come here. You know what's gonna happen if you don't. Anyway, so yeah. So now you have this bright, wonderful career in front of you. You're young. You're handsome. You can woo the women. I've seen you throw those petals in the air, and the girls just
What
melt.
pedals? What are you talking about? Who's throwing pedals out there?
The girls love you. Do you ever have a guy that wants to beat your ass?
When I first started, I was not as smooth, and I've had some guys get upset because I'd be like, "Hey, is that your girlfriend?" And I was like, "Oh, hey, do me a favor, go home real quick," you know, and like, you know, sometimes they'd be like, "Hey, man, fuck you," but I only had one guy want to fight me when I was still like a few years in, and I was hosting and I wasn't really using the guitar at that. So he just got mad at me because he was a heckler, and I just made fun of his ass so bad. He got pissed off, and he was outside the club, like with a belt around his hand. He's like, "Where's that fool Amir? I want to tell him to see me outside."
Oh my God.
Anyway, yeah, none of the comics had my back. They're like, "Hey, some guy wants to fight you outside. Good night." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I looked around. I was all by myself. I was like, "All right, well, here we go." And I went outside, and there was nobody there. And then I got in my car, and then as I was driving away, I saw him with his friend. And I was like, I honked my horn. I was like, "Hey, fuck you." He's like, "Oh," and he got all mad, and I drove off. I already won, so it didn't matter.
Yeah. Well, I remember seeing you. I know you have to go pretty soon, but I remember seeing you at Steve McAnally's show here on the Strip on Wednesday. And there was a guy and a girl, and you were playing around and on stage like you do. And she was buying it, and you told him to go to the bathroom. So funny. Go to the bathroom.
Hey, go to the bathroom. Oh, yeah, that guy was annoying. I think I remember that one.
Annoying. Well, before we go, do you want to play a little music, or do you want to just tell us where to follow you and what shows you have? What do you want to do with the rest of your time?
I guess I'll do a little bit of both, you know.
Yay! Woo!
Oh, Linda, thanks for having me on your Zoom. Yeah. And taking a break from all that boom, boom. Yeah. Oh, Linda. Oh, thanks for having me on. Yeah, Linda. It's time for me to move on. Yeah, Linda. She's a sexy old lady. Hey, fellas, you better treat her right, 'cause she got them claws and a super strong index finger. Yeah, she'll poke you to death if you don't treat her right. Yeah, you gotta treat her right. Oh, Linda, thanks for having me on. Yo, Zoom. Hey, hey. Ooh, yeah. Thanks, Linda. Down, 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 ba-doom, doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. Bing, ding, ding, ding. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. You have to get out and see a miracle perform. You have to get on YouTube, his Instagram, his TikTok, his Facebook, everywhere he's at. You got to find him because he's hilarious. And you got to get out and support him and buy his shirts that are, I'm going to put the link to, and I'll put that link up. And then also, where are you going to be performing in the next couple weeks that people can get out and find you?
Good question. Right now, I'm getting booked at the LA Comedy Club on the 6 o'clock show. It is the Redneck Magic Comedy Hour. So you could catch me there doing like a 15-minute set. 6 o'clock. I don't know how often it will be happening, but I'll be posting it whenever I'm getting booked there. And I also have two of my own open mic shows. One is every Monday at the Hard Hat Lounge in Vegas, and then every Tuesday at Soul Belly Barbecue in the Arts District. If you're a comic or a musician, feel free to come in, drop in, and perform and say hi and have some barbecue. And, you know, and if you're at the Hard Hat, they have amazing pizza and wings there, and we can get our drink on and have a good time late night. So yeah, that's where I'm at Mondays and Tuesdays.
Okay, and so it sounds like Hard Hat and Soul Belly might have two different types of crowds.
Yeah, that's right. So the Hard Hat Lounge is more of like a late night vibe, and all kinds of people walk in there, especially kind of people that like cheap drinks. And Soul Belly Barbecue is a little bit more family oriented, but barbecue lovers come in all ages and sizes and colors and shapes. So all are welcome there. It's very, I don't know, diverse, I would say, and the food is amazing.
I have to try it. I'm staying my happy little old ass at home these days because the news has me scared to death. So I'm letting things pass for a while, but I will promote the HECK out of this. Because I can say every cuss word except hell. I don't know what's wrong with me. But you've been awesome to come on and share your entire life and your music and your experience and your story. Oh my gosh. Thanks for coming on for the second time to Comic Spot. You can come on anytime to promote anything.
Oh, well, thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. And you know what? I will come back. I like that we've waited almost a year to do this, and a lot has changed since the last time we spoke. And hopefully a lot more will change in 2022 when we speak again.
Yes, thank you so much. It's a miracle. I'll be posting all his links and get his t-shirts and get out and support him.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Just do this for him.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, a miracle. Love you lots.
I love you. See you later.
Love you. I'll send the cockroaches back over through the wall.
Oh, stop it.
Bye.